Dear learners, greetings from IIT Guwahati. On behalf of Center for Educational and Technology, IIT Guwahati, I welcome you for this course Fundamentals of Compressible Flow. This particular course is being offered under NPTEL platforms and with MOOCs course. Myself, Professor Niranjan Sahu, I am affiliated to Mechanical Engineering Department of IIT Guwahati. So, in this particular course, I expect the intended audience are in the mechanical and aerospace engineering, and for them we expect, since it is this particular course is being offered as a mostly as elective in mechanical streams at PG level, this particular course Fundamental of Compressible Flow, it is expected that the intended audience are from mechanical and aerospace engineering stream. And when I say mechanical engineering streams, I expect that those students belong to fluid thermal or computational gas dynamics streams or computational mechanics streams. And in fact, at PG level, this fundamental compressible flow is offered as a gas dynamics course and as an elective. Whereas those who belong to aerospace engineering stream, for them it is a basic fundamental course even at the UG level. So, that is the reason I said the audience can be mechanical and aerospace engineering, and both they can be at UG or PG level. However, to understand this particular course, we require basic knowledge on fluid mechanics and thermodynamics, and in particular it is covered at most of the AICTE approved engineering colleges at UG level. This particular course Fundamentals of Compressible Flow is designed for 12 weeks with 30 lectures, and here the course pattern is modular and we have 8 number of modules. So, I will briefly talk about different modules and their contents. So, the first module will give you the review concept of fluid mechanics and thermodynamics. So, here I will try to introduce a concept that when you talk about a compressible flow, we mostly deal with gases, and in particular gases are compressible in natures. And if we revisit the fluid mechanics concept, there are both liquids and gases are considered as fluid, but here when you deal with the compressible flow, we will mostly deal with the gases, since liquids are incompressible. But however, there is a definite link between the fluid mechanics and thermodynamics as far as gas is concerned. So, that is the reason this particular course is different from the basic fluid mechanics or basic thermodynamic courses. So, many engineering streams we call this as a gas dynamics. So, dynamic behavior gases are being addressed. Okay. So, this is all about the module 1, where I will try to link what is meant by gas dynamics. And moving to the module 2, we will talk about wave propagation in a compressible medium. So, as I told, gases are compressible in natures. Now, when you do compress, how it behavior. So, one fundamental concept of the gas is that, in fact, for human being, so gases are, when we deal with the gases are compressible nature, but to what extent we can compress. So, when you keep on compressing it, basically we are changing its density. So, density keeps on changing, and now, but at the same time when the gas is flowing and its density is changing, what is its effect. So, those aspects are covered in the wave propagation in the compressible medium. What is the basic philosophy of compressing a gas in a medium? And in module 3 we will talk about quasi one dimensional isentropic flow. Now, when you deal with this compressing medium gas and in particular if you say air, then we see that it undergoes some thermodynamic processes. So, to have the actual thermodynamic meaning to it, first thing what we have to try is that if the process is isentropic. Isentropic means it is a reversible adiabatic process. Process is reversible. So, this particular analysis will give you the theoretical estimates when a gas is in terms of governing equations when gas is compressed in a isentropic medium. The module 4 will discuss about the shock waves. There is a normal shock waves. Now, what happens is that why a shock wave is formed. So, from the basic fluid mechanics we know that the effect of compressibility comes into picture when the Mach number is 0.3 or density variation is higher than 5% in a flow medium. Now, when you have higher than 5%, so if effectively the effect of role of compressibility comes into picture, and finally the gas tries to sustain this compressible effect. But what one point of time it may so happen that a shock wave is formed. So, the philosophical definition of a shock wave, I can say that every human being when there is a sudden change in the behavior of human mind, we call this as a shock wave. So, that means your mind is not used to it, but still we had a news that gives you a feeling that your mind is suddenly compressed and you behave in a erratic manner. So, similar aspect also applies for the fluids. So, and in particular gas. So, suddenly when a gas is compressed such that its density or changes substantially, or we can say the compressibility effect is a very dominant, or in terms of flow velocity, if I say if its Mach number is beyond sonic or maybe 330 meter per second and above, then the gas feels as if it is moving under a wave. So, that wave we call this as a shock wave. So, the shock wave is a basic characteristics features when a body moves at very high speed, and we call this as a transition speed as a supersonic speeds. So, the formation of shock wave is a very necessity or is a fundamental concept in a bodies moving in the supersonic speeds. Now, when these depending on the strength of the shock wave, we can call this as a oblique shock. So, we can have a normal shock, we can have a oblique shock. So, side by side if we have a shock wave situations where the medium is compressed or gas is compressed, the other extreme version is that we have expansion waves. So, instead of compressing the medium, if gas expands, we call this as a expansion waves. So, oblique shocks and expansion waves, these are two different coins of a mirror or two different parts of a mirror, where their effects are almost contradictory or opposite in nature. So, this is all about the oblique shocks and expansion waves. Now, in the module 6, we will deal with the interaction of shock waves and expansion wave. So, in many fluid application problem or flow behavior or situations, we can say that the both shock waves and expansion waves, they can interact each other. A typical concept is that wherever aircraft nozzles are designed, so all these aircraft applications, the nozzles which is generating thrust for the aircraft, they are dealt with the interaction of shock waves and expansion waves. And in fact, remember that we are talking about nozzles that are used for supersonic speeds or hypersonic speeds, which is Mach number more than 5. Another important segment or aspect in this course is that is in the module 6, where we will deal with the compressible flow with friction and heat transfer. In fact, all future generation engines like ramjet engines, scramjet engines, in fact they are governed with the philosophically they are governed with the waves. or compression is created through waves. For example, if I try to link up what we see in the IC engines, where compression is done with the piston, whereas in the gas turbine engines where the compression is done through compressors, but with these mechanical devices one cannot achieve very high speeds, and in particular where you are talking about supersonic or hypersonic speeds. To deal with those cases, we require the concept of formation of shock waves, which gives you sudden rise in the pressure and temperatures. So, this particular formation of shock waves in a duct systems and gives you required compressing pressure for the air, and in this compressing medium when you add fuel into it, it gives you the necessary thrust. This is similar to engines also. When in the compression is done by a piston or cylinder, where fuel is added, but here the compression is done through a shock waves in high speed engines, and typically this happens in a duct systems and fuel is added into it. So, to tackle this kind of problems, we have to know the thermodynamic concepts behind it, and we call this as a compressible flow with a heat friction and heat transfer, and in particular heat transfer. And friction is the another entity, that means when you are increasing the length of a duct, it will have some important effects for the supersonic flow. So, which we will talk about in this particular course, and most of the analysis will be done in the one dimensional framework, and slowly we will revisit for learners, and we can go for the 2D or 3D versions, and in 2 dimensional situations we will have oblique shocks and expansion waves. And with this theoretical background from module 3 to 6, we will see that how we are going to apply. So, in the last segment, that is the module 8, that is measurement, diagnostics and experimental facility. Here we will try to discuss how we can perform measurements in a high speed flow, and we call this as a measurement diagnostics, and what are the different experimental facilities available for to study this high speed flows. For instance, if an aircraft is flying at very high speed or at high altitude, how you are going to simulate those flight conditions in the laboratory. So, such kind of possibilities is done through developments of wind tunnels, high speed wind tunnels, and wind tunnels will have 2 categories: low speed wind tunnels, high speed wind tunnels. Then we will have another concept, we will have shock tunnels, where it is entire thing is driven through enthalpy for a very short durations through formation of shock waves, expansion tubes and so on. So, this is all about these fundamentals of this compressible flow, and at the end of the day we expect the learners to learn the formation of shock waves and expansion waves. We will also discuss about this thrust generation using supersonic nozzles and diffuser. In fact, these are integral facility of high speed wind tunnel devices, and we will have experimental facilities for high speed flows. Here we will discuss something about available facilities in our country and also in the world for simulating the high speed flow conditions in the laboratory. And in fact, this particular picture was a research applications which was performed 20 years back. During that time we do not have a high speed imaging systems, and we try to capture, because one fundamental things people believe, do shock waves really exist. So, that point of time it was hard to believe that the formation of shock wave is really there over the bodies or not, because of lack of available facilities in terms of high speed instrumentations. But during that point of time, with a lot of struggle, we could we could see or visualize a shock wave which we can see as a line for a blunt body which is exposed in a hypersonic flow where Mach number is 5.75, and this particular experiment was done in a shock tunnel with simple camera, and the basic challenge in this particular experiment was, it was a 20 years back experiment, but during that time there is a lack of high speed instrumentation facilities, and with a short span of 1 millisecond flow duration, one can capture the flow duration, which I mean 1 millisecond means, that means the flow remains over the body for about 1 milliseconds, and during 1 milliseconds we could expose the camera, and through this camera we could capture a wave which is forming or which you can see on the over the body, and of course this is an oblique shock and we could be able to capture this phenomena. But nowadays we have all kinds of high speed instrumentation facilities, Celadon technique, which are available. So, here in this course also we will try to show that how these instruments can be useful for study the behavior of shock waves and flow and its associated flow fields. So, finally, I will talk about something about references. The fundamental books of compressible flow or gas dynamics is by John D. Anderson, it is published from McGraw-Hill, and John and Keith, that is gas dynamics, published by Pearson. E. Radhakrishnan, that is gas dynamics, it is published from PHI, and Zucrow and Bill Oscar. So, it is fundamental of gas dynamics, it is Wiley and Sons. So, with this I expect that we will learn from all the fundamental tools and will participate with sincerity in this particular course. Thank you for your attention.